Así es, dale.
This is the village of Los Aires. Los Aires is actually one of the larger Huichol villages. It has a total of 35 families. Each family has between 5 to 7 people per household, adding up to around 200 inhabitants. The history of the Huichol is very complex and incomplete, but the theory is that they arrived in Nayarit, Mexico around the late 1500s. We are meeting with these villagers today to discuss future plans for community development in their village, just like we did with the Huichol in Zapote de Cachos. The Community Development Plan is a project that Jaime created to help the Huichol fight against extreme poverty that they are facing. The Huichol in this region are struggling to survive. They live off their crops of corn and beans during the rainy season, and during the dry season, the men of the village look for any means of work available, which is very hard to come by. The average wage for a full day of work is between $12 to $17, and they may only find work 1 or 2 months of the year. On top of that, the water they drink is polluted, and during the dry seasons, the rivers dry up, making it even difficult to wash their clothing. Some villages only survive by traveling deep into the mountains to find natural springs. Then they have to tote the water back to the community. Our plan is to teach these villages to use the natural resources found in their lands to create new opportunities of income. The Huichol are known for their abilities in making crafts, clothing, and producing good crops. The women make the clothing they wear. They also make the traditional clothing of the men, which they only put on occasionally. But sadly to say, Huichol have been taken advantage of. Meetings come and buy their crops and crafts for pennies, and then resell them for 100 times as much. For example, a farmer here would sell 15 kilos of Jamaican flour for $5 to the median. Then the median would go and sell 300 grams for also $5, the exactly same price for a much smaller amount. But since the Huichol here do not have means to sell their produce or product, they take whatever they can get. We want to bring an end to this kind of treatment and look for ways for them to sell their products directly to the market. We are looking for supporters to help us in this project to also build wells, create work, build roads, and train the Huichol to use their talents they already have to better their way of living. We are currently only in phase 1 of the project, but we are excited to help the Huichol, and they are grateful for us and are ready to begin. After a short visit, it was time for us to fly to our next Huichol village, which is only a short 6-minute flight away. In this small area, there are 12 Huichol villages, but there are literally hundreds within these mountain ranges. Jaime's plan is to reach them all, one by one, and share with them our community development plan. My heart goes out to these people. When you look into their eyes, you can see the hardships they have been through. But you can also see their strength. This Huichol village is 100% Christian and praise the Lord for the life they live. And even though they are struggling in their way of life, they are happy to have what the Lord has provided for them. They are grateful and they do not complain. I think the world can learn a lot from a simple community like this.